Hello, we are live. Today is May 6th, 2017. And I have with me Stephanie, Sher, Mark, Lila, Johannes, and Jim. Hey, Jim, and introduce people in your room. And hey, also there is just Elliot joined.
And you forgot Stephanie.
I did Stephanie, yes. Hey, Stephanie.
Hello.
Okay.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh, in the room with me today is just Angie and Ray. It's sort of nasty outside, so I wasn't expecting a lot of people today. So
Even in California, we have 30% chance of rain.
Yeah. What?
In California, we have today 30% chance of rain, which is very unusual. All right. So people, so this is a paid participation webinar, but watching is for free for everybody. And to pay, go to Hucolo and click on club. So we go to hucolo.org and click on club. And just several people joined today, and some people joined like last minute. So it is still possible to join. I'm watching you paying and approving your membership. This is to support all our work. And next thing, we go in August. We go to meet Jim in Rochester, Buffalo area, upstate New York. It's a workshop, and to do the workshop, you join at hucolo.org, and there is menu workshop, so you cannot miss it. And
I couldn't even see that one.
Okay.
Oh, there it is.
Hucolo.org, and just click on workshop. You don't have to type in the whole address. Just hucolo.org is sufficient.
Okay.
All our events are announced on the Jump page. Also, just click on Jump. It's a calendar. You can see it right on hucolo.org. So
Cool.
on workshop, it's August 3rd to August 8th, 5 nights. And Jim and I will be teaching healing, Galactic Reiki, 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗧𝗘𝗡𝗧, channeling, telepathy, psychic work, to work on the earth grid, on the energy grid, and do collective work, and then go home and continue this work on the grid. So we uplift the earth grid vibration.
Very cool.
I think that's all I have so far.
We'll be working on chakras and all kinds of things as well, and channeling classes, and there'll be all kinds of stuff. Oh, we have another person in the room. John Bailey just came in.
Hello again.
Hello, how are you doing?
And we have Astrid. Astrid
Just
also
came in as well.
Just came in.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome, everybody. So among the questions for today, and Christine, welcome, Christine. So among the questions for today, I mentioned that there was a promise of government meeting with Girk Fitneer, and sometime around that time. So maybe there is an update about it.
It's at the end of May into June, the next one. Last year was in August. This year it's in May into June, and then they're having another one in November, I think, or October. I'm not sure. They announced the May into June one, but I'm not sure what the next one after that is.
Among people who wanted to join, I wanted to invite humans which are knowledgeable about runaway civilization and secret space program. Some humans from the space to have an update on what is happening in the space, just in human language and human values.
Okay. Who else has someone to invite? We had, I think that somebody invited Elijah. Okay.
Elijah is good.
Anyone else?
Invite Angela. I like Angela.
Okay.
Mother Gaia.
Oh, Mother Gaia, very good. Anybody else?
Astrid
Sarah.
says,
Sarah.
Sarah?
Yeah. You know,
what is Sarah?
Abraham's.
Oh,
Wife. Abraham's wife, Sarah?
It'd be interesting
Abraham
to get
Lincoln's
a
wife,
woman's
Sarah?
perspective of what went on.
Oh, yes, but poor Sarah, I felt bad for her because she got left out of a lot of things.
Yeah, but this is the year of the women.
Yes. And Sarah is
A woman.
Sarah is the wife of Abraham Lincoln. She had a
Really?
rough life.
Really? She was? I was
think
thinking
that
of,
was
Yes, she was.
I was thinking of okay.
What other Sarah are you thinking of?
Well, you said Abraham Lincoln. I meant
Yeah.
Sarah of Abraham in the Bible.
From the Bible.
Oh, Sarah's Abraham's Abraham out of the Bible is Sarah. All right.
Sarah, right?
How about Sophia from the Dragon Tribe?
Oh, yes.
Who?
Sophia, she is God's female counterpart. Sophia.
Oh, Sophia from the where?
She's called Sophia from the Dragon Tribe.
But she's God's female counterpart?
Christ energy. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Very good. I never heard of her.
Very good, Michelle.
Astrid has typed. Let me read the Astrid's message. Astrid, whoever has the highest message for the group, so it's a generic invitation for the highest message. Sure, go ahead. Sure, wanted
I
to say
would
something.
actually like to hear from maybe a race that we haven't encountered yet, maybe a high-dimensional race.
Okay.
I also had I had an invitation for hybrid children and hybrid people to speak. I really like their messages, and they're very relevant to what we have.
Okay.
Oh, I have a good one actually.
Great idea, kids.
Some of them are
Ellie.
like old people already.
Does anybody have any blessings?
All right, I'll do a blessing. Take a breath. Breathe in their energy of angels. Breathe in the energy of angels. Breathe in the energy of angels. Be high. Stay high. Aim high. Be high. Stay high. Aim high. Go ahead.
There's a message about bringing things into line, into organization, into
Now it's hold on.
Sorry, I didn't know my mic was on.
Thanks, Michelle.
It was a message about bringing things into line, into organization, into perspective, and opening your mind to the thoughts of new realities that are coming your way, because you've been experiencing many things in this world and in the worlds around you, in the perceptions around you, but you are going to start to perceive things in greater, more spiritual ways.
Thank you.
Yes. Oh.
Have a blessing.
Come on in. We have another one. Carolyn just.
Katia Rukashia Rakania Nonoa Karukoshua Kataharia Nonoa Rakatua Shiruania Warakio Ruanani Raiva Rakuno Ruatia Wanai Ruaka.
Be energized, be positive, and be of a good thought with one another. Treat each other as you would treat yourself, and you know that things will come to a greater result. Remember that we are all sensitive in many ways.
How you doing?
Who did you say? Yes. Peace be with you, calmness and health be with you. May the day bring you information that is needed. May the day bring you the thoughts that are positive and reassuring, and bring you out of a place that may be darker than what you might want to be experiencing at this time. And let the sound of music help you be uplifted so that you may join in the chorus of the angels.
I think it's time to start the channeling.
Okay. All right, I will be gone for a couple of seconds while I meditate. And I do not know who will be coming first, but I do expect that someone will be coming very shortly. All right. Thank you. Hold on.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you. I am Sophia,
Welcome, Sophia.
one with God in spirit and in unity. In all things we work together. In all thoughts we are as one, but yet I bring in a new dimension with a greater meaning to existence than once was understood from the ancient times. There is something that I would like to speak to you about today, and that is your experiences in this world. I look and see all over the universes that your experience trains you and teaches you different things. Some experiences teach you good things and other experiences do not. But I have found it interesting that there are certain experiences that can teach good and bad. An experience of love can teach you great passion, euphoria, happiness, and joy. But in other situations, or even at the same time, teach you about betrayal, sadness, rejection, and things of this nature. Your experiences teach you and mold your actions, mold your words that you speak to one another after experiencing these different things. There are other experiences, such as drug use, that may bring euphoria and information from other dimensions. But in some cases, it brings destruction and it brings negativity in many ways. It takes away the brain functions when not intended properly, and it brings about chaos. Therefore, it can be used for good and for not so good. I say not so good because you can learn lessons from things that are painful and things that are not as you might wish them to be. But you might also gain wonderful lessons from the positive side as well. There are many experiences in this world that you live in and other worlds that many live in that teach and are very valuable to you. But remember this: evaluate what the lesson is to be learned. Do not turn it into a lesson of anger or of penalty or of accusation. Remember that your experiences are your responsibility in many results, in many cases. It is true that there are times when other people have caused you to feel the pain and the result of the agony. But remember this: caused pain to others as well. Was it intentional? If it was intentional, then you must find forgiveness for that. If their pain to you was intentional, the same is necessary. However, there are so many ambiguities in your society. It makes it difficult to know where people stand on their good and bad percentages. I do not like the word bad, but negative would be better. But let me teach you a small lesson. You that have children, are you that deal with those that are younger than yourself, and you that deal with those that have experienced things that you cannot understand. Remember, your knowledge is about what you have learned from youth and what you have experienced in this life. Your experience is so long. You have lived so many years and have experienced so many things. If you have children, you must take into account that the child has not had the experiences that you have had, and therefore is naive about actions. Their intentions may be good, but yet it may be dangerous to do what they are doing or act upon what they are acting upon. Therefore, is it your place to judge and bring anger to the situation? Not necessarily. Do you know the intention behind their actions? Not necessarily. So it is of good parenting to find out the intentions and the will that the child is carrying out. Remember, their experience is short, and they only know what they are experiencing in this short time, what they are told, and they are very curious about the world around them, as you once were and still may be. Remember, as a good parent, you do not throw judgment on your children without thinking about their intentions or thinking about why they have done what they have done. But a strong conversation may be what is needed. You may have to ask what their intentions were. You may have to delve into their thought process. They may not even know completely why they are doing the things that they are doing. It may be peer pressure. It may be the thought that if they do not do something, they will be not accepted. Take these things into consideration. For once you were a child yourself, and you were in the same kind of reasoning. Explain to them that their experience level is lower than yours. You do not have to make it a point of negativity, but make it a point of wisdom. Ask them if they want to grow up into a wiser thought process, or if they would like to just go with the flow, and that can be dangerous. Remember to relate to them that you felt the same way as they did at their age. And it is true that you did involve yourself with many of the same activities that are happening today. The thing is about these activities is in this day and age, they have become even greater and more dangerous than they have been in the past. Especially the drug use and the sexual interactions. There is much more danger now than there used to be. I know that they will not always listen carefully, and that they think that your thought process is only for selfish means to control them. Make it certain and make it of no doubt to them that it's for their welfare and your own. Do not take it out of context, because your welfare, your understanding of the situation, you want to be appeased as well as they do. So therefore, keep in mind that they are human and they are sensitive and they are unexperienced. Is there questions out there? I hope that I have brought that message to an understanding that is usable.
Questions, anyone?
I have a question.
Yes.
I became aware of you, Sophia, via Suelu from the Lord's Chapel. And there's a book written by 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗧𝗏. I'm sure you're familiar.
Yes.
And I had started reading it, but I have not read it. I have a sense that some really powerful things are going to happen when I read it.
Powerful realizations, mostly.
Yeah.
Things around you change with your actions and your decisions.
Mhm.
Remember that you are in charge of many of the things that happen in your world. That it is true that those around you influence your decisions and the atmospheres that you live in. But you must take charge, and you can change those facts at times. You will be pleasantly surprised with many of the things that you read in this book. However, it is only a drop in the ocean of what information is available.
Right. So when you introduced yourself, I'm not sure that this is my understanding that you are kind of like the Christ consciousness in divine feminine form.
Divine feminine is necessary for every culture because they are equal. Divine feminine is equal to divine masculine.
Mhm.
Without one another, existence is limited.
So in our human history, are you referred to in any ancient texts?
Not by name.
Okay. And so your name did not come to
It was not appropriate at the time
Mhm.
because there was struggles with men between men and men, and to introduce an answer as becoming more feminine would not have been acceptable. In this day and age, and as time moves forward, the acceptance of androgyny is more powerful than any male or female separation.
Right. So I'm not aware of you until I heard of this book, the Sophia Code, the living transmission from Sophia.
I have always been since God has learned about the feminine side of creativity in a more direct way.
So how long has that been? Ish.
It depends on what world you live on.
I see. How about Earth?
Since Mary Magdalene and Jesus Christ.
Ah, beautiful. I am so honored that you are here. Thank you so much for being here. Much love. I look forward to
You are welcome.
some time with you.
I have always existed, but my persona has not been identified as separate from God. But now it can be in some ways because of your identification one to another. When looking at God at one point in time in history on your planet, only the masculine could be recognized because it was that the man was dominant over the woman, and for the female to be equal was not so. But now things have changed.
Do you feel like that's going to remain true under the United States administration and all the shenanigans that are happening?
I am not sure the question, but I will tell you this. We will remain true, male and female together, in one God forever and for always, no matter the situation or consequence.
Excellent. Thank you.
I have a question.
Yes.
My name is Lila, and I would like to know what manifestation of God are you personally connected? If that is a specific manifestation of God which you are connected with and associate, or you just connected to the everything in one, like all
I am
things?
connected to all things.
Okay.
There is no, the name Sophia is just to recognize there is a feminine side to God, not to separate it from Him.
Right, and also the female side of God also got unlimited names. So now I understand.
Oh, of
So you are,
course.
yes. So
It
you are
is that which resonates with you within the God element. The God being, the God existence. What you relate to the best is what must be the learning tool. Whatever you can relate to, learn about it, and it will expand into the greatness that is. You can never possibly understand the entirety of God, and no one ever will. But you may be able to understand His greatness as we are together, expanding always.
How is your relationship and maybe connection to Elohim's group?
Elohim is a separate entity from God. Elohim is under God, given a mission for God. You see, there are those that will be helpers to us because we would like to do the things that make us happy as well. But there is much help that is needed with the people that we have created. And so we have created communities that help your community. Angels for messages, information, healing. And so therefore, we are not alone in servicing the universe, but are continuing to create and continuing to love and bring into existence greater love and understanding always.
And the last question, so you must be very close to Mother Gaia because she's a female too.
Of course, Mother Gaia is a friend. She is an entity that can exist in many sizes, shapes, and colors. She is not omnipotent, but she is of great value and of great use in many ways.
Thank you.
I have a question.
Yes.
Hello, Sophia. It's Elle. You were speaking about the children, and I want to ask, do you think that it's good to teach the children to meditate and to have telepathy from a younger age? Or maybe just wait them to be curious about it at some point?
All things that are taught are valuable to the child, even if they are not good things. But these things that you will teach are good for them and will help them expand in their understanding one to another. Many things are taught by parents, such as prejudices and hatreds. But if you teach meditation, love, and positivity, are your children not better off growing up in this realm than in one of great confusion and misunderstanding? They will definitely be a part of negativity if they grow up being taught negativity.
Yes. I would have a second question. You said that you have seen many universes. So there is, what would you say, we have a lot of galaxy, if galaxies in our universe, but you said there are a lot of universes. Can you tell us a bit more about this?
There are many universes for more than one reason. There are universes that we created that have different dimensions within them, different densities and understandings, and different cultures to learn one to another. There are universes that are filled with water, and they have a different kind of understanding how life should be. They have a different understanding of how things should. They have different densities as well, but they move within a liquid thought process. There are densities with living fire that brings out different kinds of life forms, different kinds of modalities that you could not be part of in any way, but yet do exist in their own realm for their own reasoning and bring about thought processes of how that particular element can be in charge and can be submissive and know how to control one thing with the other and how to become a mass or a less dense property. There are other universes filled with different things, with plants and that stretch out into the universe, that have an identity of their own. They're mostly just dealing with their kind of thought process, their intellect, and how to deal with that kind of life form. So yes, there are many, many universes, and they are different one to another.
Thank you for this answer.
Not to even mention parallel universes with this one, where things are the opposite of what they seem to be here. We judge not all the things that happen in these universes, but love that they can understand and move forward in a life that can eventually learn how to use positivity and love and unconditional love as well in the most unique and wonderful ways.
Shir, do you want to speak up? Go ahead.
Hello.
Greetings.
I want to ask you a couple of questions. First of all, you mentioned Elohim earlier.
Yes.
I know about 4 L groups: El, Elohim, Eliah,
Yeah.
and Eliyin. I was wondering if you can tell me about the 3 other L groups, if it's allowed.
They are not in your area at this time, but they will all eventually be here at some point. The other L groups are one of great understandings one with another. You have L groups for medical, for communication, for healing, for the mental uses of the brain. There will be ones that will teach how to open the brain processes. There will be one L groups that will know of how to command different elements in the universe. There will be other L groups that will bring communication of a different sort to all different kinds of species, including humanity. They have their own unique and different styles, but they are of God, and they make themselves known in a rich and wonderful way.
And from what I know, the L groups are made from light beings, angels, creator beings, and
Yes. You can enlist into an L group if you wish. If you feel that this is something that you can help and it is a highest excitement. Angels, creator beings, and very awakened souls that have joined after much thought and understanding, they can become a part.
I see. And I asked it a couple of times. I got different answers, but I know that there's a specific, more or less a specific number for how many beings are in each L group. And I heard there are like around 2 million creator beings or something like that in the entire universe. Do you know what is the exact number?
Exact numbers cannot be given because creator beings go from universe to a universe. 2 million in this universe, perhaps, very close number, but they move and change. Creator beings can also become part of civilizations, which changes their status in some way. They are still creator beings, but they are also part of a civilization that is not a creator being status. So therefore, trying to pin down the number of creator beings is futile. It's always changing in the sense that they move inter and interspecies, and one with another, they can multiply as well.
I know that they are reincarnated, and I know that they can visit other universes, parallel universes, but it's not to me that they can go completely to a new universe and start doing whatever. That's interesting.
They can if it is given permission. And God and we as God do permit the creator beings to move freely.
I see. And from my understanding of what you're saying that you are, because I know that God is all that is, so you are an aspect of him, like there's an aspect of a male counterpart, you're the female counterpart, but God is the absolute of everything. Yes?
Yeah. Yes.
Because it's
That
neither
is that I believe. He is the origin of all things.
Yeah, it's actually it. Because of language barrier, we say it, but he's not a male or female. So you are the female counterpart, where there's a male counterpart, and he is the sum of everything that exists.
We have to identify ourselves male and female because we are all things. And without the identification, something would be lost.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Thank you very much. And I was wondering, one last question. Every now and then I feel like I'm like feeling my heart chakra and like a nostalgic feeling, like being more aware or more alive. They comes and go, and it's a very distinguished feeling, but I don't know how to summon it. It comes every now and then. It's a wonderful feeling. Can you tell me what it is? Maybe you have any advice for me how to summon it?
When you come into contact with creator beings or with God, there is a certain element of joy, of excitement that you will feel if you are one with that being. This is what you are feeling, and this is what will continue to help societies move forward towards God. The ascension is forever.